Bonus share 11. The Good Samaritan. I originally met my friend John at the boat show in Newport, Rhode Island in the fall of 1983 or 84. He was driving a Mercedes convertible coupe and wore a sports coat, and he boasted about his friends in the movie business in Los Angeles. He gave me his business card, but I never looked him up. Nearly 2 decades later, I was in Antibes. I was in the Antibes train station on the French Riviera with my dog Sue, and I was leaving a long message on my sponsor's answering machine back in Newport, thinking of the AA bumper sticker, "My sponsor is an answering machine." That's a bumper sticker. My sponsor is an answering machine. Anyway, when I hung up, I heard a voice say, "That's a spoiled little dog," and I turned around, and it was John. I recognized his face and voice immediately, although I hadn't seen him since that day in the Newport boat show. But now he was like John the hobo, not John the millionaire. He had a backpack, a 3-day beard. He was really indignant, and he'd been a long time on the streets, so to speak. So here in Antibes, all these years later, we talked for a while, and then I subsequently saw him and spoke with him over the next 4 years. Then one day, in October 2009, when I was visiting Nice, I thought I'd go to Antibes and rent a boat and go swimming for the day. I had slept really late and woke up in a rush in order to get to the flea market in Antibes, which was about to close, before going to rent a boat. I left my hotel quickly, taking my 24-hour-a-day book with me in the taxi, which I read in the taxi on the way to Antibes. After reading the page for the day, I randomly picked another page and read that. It was about the parable of the Good Samaritan, May 16th. It talked about the priest and the Levite both ignoring the beggar they'd met on the street. But when the Samaritan saw this same beggar, he took pity on him and brought him to an inn and paid for his food and shelter. The question for the day in the 24-hour-a-day book for May 16th is, do I treat another alcoholic like the priest and the Levite, or like the Good Samaritan? It says in Chapter 7 of the big book, Working with Others, a kindly act once in a while isn't enough. You have to act the Good Samaritan every day, if need be. So, anyway, as my boat was being prepared, I went to get a sandwich for the trip, and I ran into John. I invited him onto the boat. He accepted, and I bought a second sandwich for him, and off we went. We ended up in a very popular place on the Cap d'Antibes, with a fitting name, Le Bay des Milliardaires. Millionaire's Bay. I was struck by the irony of it all. Millionaire's Bay.